Musical Taliban number one. Hey, trigger man.
We gonna sit up. We gonna sit up. I sit up. Somebody, let's go. I sit up. Hey.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
I'm with Jay, a transgender woman in Nigeria. She's based in Calabar, Cross River State. Jay, how are you doing?
I'm very fine. Fine.
Yes. Transgender people are completely misunderstood in Nigeria. You are one of them. How did you face this kind of misunderstanding in your life?
Okay, it's never been easy. Until now, it's not easy. Due to the fact that I identify as a transgender person, I I was actually kicked out of home because my dad saw me as being a different body. Like till now, he does not believe if he was the one that actually um, gave birth to me. Each time he wakes up, he'll be like, "Ah, you are a devil in my house, you need to leave." So it got to a point where he could not condone me in his house again. He had to like, okay, you have to leave my house. So I brought in people to beg him, but to no avail. He didn't accept. So severally, people will be calling him, your fame has, your child affirms as a woman. And he would be like, why do you dress like a woman? And I keep telling them, I feel like a woman. I am a woman. They'll be like, what do you mean by you are a woman when you have all of the male features? So this had never been easy till a point where they had to kick me out of the house. And as young as I was, I think
How old were you when you were kicked out?
I was just 9.
9 and was
Yes,
kicked out?
9 when I left the house. And
To where?
a friend, a friend who is actually a community member, a queer person, actually
Elder
yes, he
of your
was.
age mates?
He was no, he was an elder. I think it was um late 29, 30, like that.
Were you feeling abused?
He actually abused me due to the fact that because I was vulnerable at that point, and I had no option. I remember a night where he came back and he was like, he can't continue feeding me if I'm not attributing to his life.
The guy.
Yes, that the only thing that will keep me in his house is when we start having sex. And then
You are too young.
I didn't know anything like sex. But since I was actually affirming as a woman, I was feminine then. I was actually extremely feminine. So he thought I actually indulged in sex, but meanwhile I didn't know anything about sex. So till that very night he came and I told him I've never had sex. He was like, you are a liar. Every Nigerian believes anybody who is feminine has actually had sex before. So that night he messed me up, and it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. And I could not tell anybody, reason being that nobody would believe me.
You have been chased out of
Yes.
the house.
So
Now
who
you
would
are
listen to
vulnerable.
me? Exactly. So he actually did all of the things he did. And at the tail end, he still threw me out, which I had to suffer my pains. And
So where
all
did you
that.
go to when you were thrown out?
Okay, when I was sent out, I actually I was still on the street though, till I met another person who
Like how
was,
many days, how many weeks were you on the street?
it was close to a month. I was actually sleeping in the church that period. I was actually going to one church, and that time I was very devoted to church. Not because I wanted going to church, but because I needed a place to lay my head. So I would always go to church so that those persons will not send me out whenever they see me at night. So at a point
And what
when,
about school at that time? It wasn't considered.
yes, cool. I had to drop now. I mean, where will I go from? Like, where will I dress to school?
Mm.
So I had to stop at that point till I met a friend who is actually a trans person too, although she's late now. So through her,
She was older too.
she was older, very older. So she introduced me to modeling business, where I would actually go to um, um, a modeling show where 6 gender women actually contest, and I will actually contest with
With
them.
them.
At the tail end, I'll win. So that money I get, I will actually use it for myself. So at a point, people start noticing that I was actually a trans woman.
So you started modeling early?
Yes, I started
Like
my
what age?
modeling. It was around 16.
Okay.
Yes, when I started the modeling, and it was going well for me. I do all of this beauty pageant. I had been a face of the choice once.
Well,
Yes, so and I think at that contest they gave me about 50,000 then because I was still young. So that money was what I used for my WAEC, part of the money. Then other money was from other agency. Till when they noticed that I was actually a trans woman, I was stopped. I was
they
deprived of.
stopped you.
Yes, they stopped me.
You were getting more beautiful than the men
Exactly.
people.
So they were like, why do I have to occupy that space and all of that? And they call me names. They were like, I'm a devil, I'm a Ogbanje. Ogbanje spirit is actually disturbing me. So I had to stop at that point till a friend linked me to an NGO where actually start working with them, and at least the stipends they give to us, I used it to complete my SSC. So when I moved to university, I strive hard to move to university. So during 2016, no, 2018 Carnival, Calabar Carnival, which I realized other persons who are like me were domiciled in that era. So I had to mobilize them. We formed a group in the Calabar Carnival, Passion 4 precisely, where we actually dance at the end of the carnival show. We'll be paid a certain amount of money, which the governor of our state, Ben Ayade, when he noticed we were actually trans person, he was angry and he asked for arrest. But at the end of the day, they didn't arrest us, and but they said we can't dress the way we are dressing for the carnival and all of that. So that was actually put to a stop where other persons of my kind have to move on with their life and all of that. So it wasn't
So
easy.
it's been a battle, a serious challenge until
Yes,
you found modeling.
yes, yes.
Now, what role did your mom or siblings play in this?
Okay, my mom was actually cool. She didn't have problem. She accepted me the way I am based on the fact that she needed a female child, and after my delivery to them, I actually had the male genital, like the penis and all of that. But growing up, I didn't feel myself as a man. I keep female friends. I feel like a woman. Sometimes I'll just, as young as I was, I'll just tell my brothers, my boyfriend is coming, and they'll be like, how will your boyfriend come? So they were seeing me very different from home.
Hmm.
So so that's it.
It was a big problem.
It was a great
Your
problem.
mom knew you were her daughter, saw you as her daughter. She expected
Yes,
a daughter, and
yes,
then you came and presented like a daughter as well, even though you
exactly.
are a
Because I
man.
was doing all of the cooking, we discussed. Even when I thought with her, she would be like, she'll tell me when she started her menstruation and all of that.
Mm.
And in my mind, I'll be asking, when will my own menstruation come?
Start.
But I did not ask her. It was
Mm.
just in my
In
mind
your
because I
mind.
knew, definitely if I asked her, my dear beatings, she will beat me. So I didn't ask her. It
She will
was,
beat you, but she wasn't beating you now. The shit. It was
you know,
he that was beating you.
yes, I grew to understand that African women have their own perception differently, even with the fact that she was comfortable with my nature. I still knew that if I asked her some certain question, I would be penalized for it.
Okay.
So as a young person, I was so sensitive. I didn't answer, but each time I would feel like when will my own menstruation come,
Mm.
and even when I never knew about sex, I would always want a man in my life. I'll be like, when will I get married? When will a man toast me? So even when men started coming after me because of my effeminate nature, like sometimes I'll just be passing on the road and a man will stop me, get my number. At the end of the person will want to hook up with me. Not until I started developing some male characteristics like growing of beards and all of that. And at that point, I was not comfortable anymore. I'll be like, how will I get rid of all of these hairs? How will I get rid of this male status and all of that? Till there was a point I actually thought of taking hormonal pills, but I within myself because I don't like self medication. I
If you
don't,
don't
and
understand anything, you let it be.
So there is no provision for it in Nigeria yet. If there is, I've not seen yet. So what I do is mostly affirm. I affirm, and whenever I affirm, people will be, wow, like you're a beautiful lady, and that actually gets to me. I'll be blushing. I feel so good.
And the men come.
Yes, the man at a point I know I wouldn't. I don't need to say it, but
But don't say it if you don't want to say
yeah, I don't want to say it.
it. Yeah. But I know that men come. So how do you resist the toasters?
Okay, men comes. Some men I don't like. I'll just dispose them by giving them wrong number. But if a man, if the person actually a man I like, I'll give the person number. But it's usually a challenge for me. At the end of the day, when they notice I don't have
A pussy.
vagina and all of that, it's not always easy. It's actually put me at risk then.
Have you lost some people because of that?
Um,
They didn't notice you're a different kind of woman. And when they find out,
it's only one person that noticed because I followed the person to the house.
okay,
Yes. Then then I never had beards then. So I actually the person thought I was a sick gender woman. So when we got to the house,
so why did you go when you knew you were not?
yes, why I went was because
He
number one,
was toasted
I
enough.
liked the guy. The
Okay,
guy was fucking cute.
okay.
So I liked the guy. In my mind, I was scared. So I wanted a situation whereby when I get there, I'll tell him, "Oh, look at who I am. I'm a transgender person." But when I got there, the guy was extremely nice. There was no chance for me to talk. I did tell him, no, he made me very comfortable. Like, we're not gonna have sex. I just want you in my space. I just want my head to be on your laps. I want us to have fun. So that was why I went. But after when he actually placed his head on my laps, we had
If,
fun that night. So I was carried away. I forgot to tell him that this is all
yeah,
I
but you
am.
had fun.
Yes, I had fun. So
So maybe he wanted that kind of fun.
no, he never knew.
Okay.
But when he later knew, he was angry. He was like, why didn't you tell me? But at the end of the day, you're like, okay, fine. Since I'm here already and I'm somebody he likes, and he was telling me he had never had the kind of sex he was supposed to have with me before. All his life has been a cisgender woman. So that night we didn't do stuff, but we cuddled, touched, keys. So after then, I blocked his number because I was scared of the after effects. For the fact that I was pardoned that day, I didn't know what the person might come up with the next day. So
So do you have a relationship now?
yes, I have, and my relationship is 3 years now.
Okay, it's very solid.
Yes, it is.
Okay, you're planning to get married?
Definitely. We'll stay 3 years and not go married.
Have you?
Yes, I'm planning. Although the marriage might not be open because of
Yeah.
our system here. But
So what will you tell mothers, parents who do not understand who a transgender person is or who an intersex person is? What would be your advice?
okay, I want all parents, specifically mothers, to understand that transgender persons actually feel the same way they feel as cisgender women. We're actually women. So they should love us the way we are. They should, because if I think if parents start accepting their children, the violence, the death rate we are having now, I think it will actually reduce. Because when you do not accept this child for what the child is, you're exposing the child to the world. And you know what the society will actually inflict on that child that would damage the child's life forever. So I want all parents to love their children, because I don't think there is anybody who is perfect. To me, people have been telling me, Jay, don't you think you're living under curse? But I see beyond that. Although then, whenever they tell me that, I feel pains, I feel hurt. But now I've got to a stage where I love myself. I've actually been a chief bridesmaid to more than 4 friends of mine.
Who don't even know you
Yes,
are.
cisgender women.
Okay, they know you are.
They
They know
know.
you're pretty.
They know. But in public space, when I affirm, Nobody knows.
Yeah.
So I've actually been a chief bridesmaid. Like there's a marriage I went, I saw my mom there. So at a point she was observing me, my nature, the way I do things. So I think she spotted I was the one. But when she came close, I had to leave the place. So I was wondering what would be in her mind, what she might be thinking, but I didn't want to stand that stress of explaining anything to her. I had to leave that place entirely. So I want parents out there to know that we are talented. Like we have gifts. We are special people. We are not devils. We not be obanje. So mother should love us the way we are. Okay, imagine me now. If it's makeup, you see me. If it's to walk with 6 inches heels, darling, I've actually mentored over 600 girls who are into modeling. Yes, on how to wear heels, and other things. Even in church, when I was in church, darling, when I sing, you actually fall under anointing. But this is the same me who have been sent to face what I'm not supposed to face as a young person. And this has actually affected me mentally. That if I go to a space where there are too much male, I'm not comfortable, I'll be afraid. I'll be afraid not because those people might harm me, but it's because of the experience I had so far with people out there. So, like, currently I'm living under depression, but sometimes I'll just try to be happy. So
You're in school or you graduated?
Yes, I would have graduated, but I was expelled.
From Unical?
Yes.
For what?
Due to the carnival, the Calabar Carnival, which I have famed as a woman. At the end of the day, my classmate went to our professors and were like, this person is the gay and all of that. So several have been summoned for an interview. They'll be like, why do you do all of this? So they tried tagging me the word gay and all of that. So,
but you're not gay.
I'm not. I'm a woman, darling.
You're a woman.
A full grown-up woman, a beautiful woman at that. So I'm not comfortable when somebody's calling me an homosexual. No, I'm not.
You like to be toasted.
Yes, I'm a woman.
You like a man to toast you.
Exactly. So I don't know. I wish there will come a time where all of this narrative will be changed, where people will get to. I know acceptance is hard because I've gotten to a point I don't even want you to accept it. Yes, I don't. It was before when I'll be thinking of what to eat and all of that. I'll be loyal to some fucking people, which at the end of the day they'll use that against me. Like what I've faced, my dear. This is just. I don't know.
So fine. Now you don't think of what to eat anymore?
Yes, to some point, but Nigeria money no dey.
You work?
Yes, I'm working.
For the modeling agency? For
the modeling agency, I don't contest anymore. So what I do is to groom people, other models who want to go for a fashion show. I'll actually teach them how to walk on heels and spoken words. I'm very good in spoken words.
Okay, you spoke this evening.
Very good in spoken word.
And you were trying to tell your story.
Yes, but that was the first time of giving the spoken word myself. I write it for people to say it out there. So most time people will just feel, they are the one that came up with the idea, but it's mostly my idea. So this today was the first time of my life giving a spoken word.
So you may continue to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was nice talking with Jay. Jay, the pretty woman, the pretty transgender woman from Cross River State, or in Cross River State from Uyo.
A queen, don't forget, I'm a queen.
But you're a queen.
Yes, exactly.
You're a transgender queen.
Yeah.
Jay Arubadiva.
Musical Taliban #1. Hey, trigger man.
We gonna sit up. We go nice it up. Nice it up. Somebody let's go nice it up. Nobody want go gaga. They make a bring the dagger. Maybe make a pull the trigger. No, make a nice it up. Because when you over back me up. Don't tell somebody by your left. Tell them say you don't well. Don't tell somebody by your right. Tell them say you don't say Look into my eyes and see the fire. Say me don't come to fulfill my desire. Look into my eyes and see the fire. Say me don't come to fulfill my desire.